My daughter-in-law screamed at me to pack my bags in front of the neighbors. I never thought I'd live long enough to be kicked out of my own son's house, but there I was, standing on the porch in my floral robe, holding a half-packed suitcase while my daughter-in-law, Chelsea, yelled at me like I was some unwanted guest. It all started 3 months earlier when my son, Ryan, begged me to move in after my hip surgery. "It's just until you recover, Mom," he said. Chelsea smiled politely and agreed, the kind of smile that doesn't reach the eyes. I thought we'd get along fine. I cooked, cleaned, and tried not to interfere, but apparently, breathing too loudly was interference. Chelsea was one of those women who wanted her home to look like a Pinterest board, spotless, quiet, and entirely under her control, and me? I was the living, breathing stain on her perfect white couch. The first argument happened over laundry. I accidentally dried her delicate sweaters. The next one was about how I hovered when she cooked. Every day felt like I was walking on eggshells made of glass. Then came the night everything exploded. Ryan had been working late for weeks, and Chelsea had been simmering like a pot ready to boil over. I was in the kitchen making tea when she came storming in. "You left the stove on again," she snapped. I turned it off. "Sweetheart," I said gently. "Don't sweetheart me." She shouted so loudly the dog ran out of the room. Before I could even process it, she threw open the front door and yelled, "Why don't you just pack your bags, Linda?" I froze. Her voice echoed through the cul-de-sac, and I swear every curtain in the neighborhood twitched. Mrs. Hendricks from across the street stood on her porch pretending to water her plants at 9 o'clock at night. I looked at Chelsea, her face red and trembling. "You're embarrassing yourself," I whispered, hoping Ryan would walk through the door any second. But he didn't. The silence between us felt like a canyon. I quietly went to my room, sat on the bed, and started folding my clothes. My hands shook so much I could barely zip the suitcase. When Ryan finally came home, Chelsea had already gone to bed. He saw the suitcase and sighed. "Mom, what happened?" I told him everything, every word she screamed. His jaw clenched, and for a moment, I thought he'd finally stand up to her. But he didn't. He just said, "Maybe it's best if you stay with Aunt Carol for a while." So the next morning, I left. Chelsea didn't come out of the bedroom, and Ryan helped me load the car in silence. I smiled at him and said, "Don't worry, honey, I've packed lighter things than pride before." He tried to hug me, but I could tell his heart wasn't in it. 2 weeks later, Ryan called. "Mom, Chelsea's pregnant," he said. I congratulated him, my voice trembling. But before hanging up, he added quietly, "She wants you to come back, says she overreacted." I almost laughed. "Tell her not to worry," I said. "I already unpacked somewhere I'm actually wanted." Funny thing is, the neighbors still wave every time I visit my sister's place down the street. I think they remember that night. And maybe, just maybe, Chelsea realizes you can't scream someone out of your life and expect them to come back the same. So tell me, if you were in my shoes, would you have gone back, or left for good? Let me know in the comments.